Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you. It's Monday morning. Today's Eye of the Horus, which is healing and sight of the ages. How about that? Good morning, Anik. Good morning, Carol and Marby. So we were working on detachment. So let's set our energy first and we will get to it. So first we're going to call Mother and Father down into everybody's heart. And allow it to be felt and begin to expand. Very good. Good morning, Barbara Ward. We're just getting going. We're calling Mother and Father down into our heart. Now let's say our mantra. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. Just breathe that down your channel throughout who you are. Very good. And we're going to say the tube of light once. You can repeat it 2 more times for yourself if you haven't done it yet this morning. But beloved, I am presence bright. Round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, called forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth the violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. So I've changed my room, and our tube of light is, let me get this to move, right here. You can see the light of my arm. That's it out. Yeah, there you go. So that's what we are creating. And if you want to do it 2 more times to really seal it, which you should always do it 3 times, 2nd time faster, 3rd time very fast. All right, and we can welcome Babaji, and Jesus is up above there. Everybody, there's my soul painting, Mary. That's the voice of the presence and prosperity. The whole gang's here, and Lady Tara sits behind me. Which Lady Tara is the counterpart to Babaji, and that was his gift he gave me when I received the initiation of his work. So, yes. Across the room, I have all the statues on there and the divine presence of the buffalo and Shiva and Kuan Yin. So now my whole room is pretty much, Metatron's way up in the corner. You can see the bottom of him here. I can tell which way to take my hand. Right there. So we're going to talk about detachment today and what everybody, I hope, worked on it all week. Share some of the things you found you needed to detach. Hopefully some issues, maybe even some people in your life. But whatever it is, perhaps there's a new clarity and a new perception of seeing that connections from the pineal gland to your 3rd eye. And that allows it to open up and to see even more images, colors. Yes, I remember we worked, and how is everyone doing with their vision? Is it becoming more profound? If anyone can write and let me know what's going on that end, it would be great. And we're just going to simply talk about more detachment. If anyone had an issue, I will help you with it. Good morning, Lauren. And we're waiting for everyone to talk about their week of detachment and how that worked. And you can see I redid my room and have all those who I work with daily all around me. So we're going to go over and ask for all the angels and all the ascended masters and any of the ascended beings who are from another planet that walk and live in their light, and ask them all to join us as we set a beautiful boundary from Lord Gautama Buddha of a 5-inch flame protecting all of us. So Lauren, you have an issue with it, meaning that you found you had a lot of detachments or were unable to let them go. Anybody? It would be hard to convince me that no one had any thing they were attached to. I've been around the block a little bit. And maybe you just aren't able to perceive it that way or want to let go of a part of you think creates living. Well, what I want to say about attachments is they're a part of you that have you live in separation. When you empower something that's an attachment versus empowering the love of you within your heart, it's a separation. And you're not offering yourself the opportunity to really know more about yourself. So let's see what Lauren says. I get caught up on same old fears, hurts and fears. I keep praying, violet flame, Jesus, unable to completely to release them. I must jump and shower, so I listen, but can't text. Okay. So this is a very common response, but that's why there's teachers and healers like myself, because it can be very difficult sometimes depending upon how long a detachment has been in your life. So you could have to pray and choose to not have it there for a very long time, or you can have a session and have it be gone and have a new one come and release next week. It's about however you're wanting to choose to have your path to look. So, and that's for everyone. You know, there's information on my thing about sessions, and what you are explaining just wouldn't be happening. All right, anybody else? Barbara Ward, I'm doing better in not being attached to outcomes, learning to pray, surrender, and allow the flow to come when it does. Now, I noticed you say that your attached to outcomes is better, but how about your attachment to people? You know, learning to pray, like we brought mother and father in, that right there is where you want to even touch your heart and communicate. You don't want to think there, because they're not far away. They're right here. And what we want to have an allowing of, Barbara, is that the flow is continual. It's not coming and going. And those are attachments that are in your way. Good morning, Myra. Happy Monday to you. Hello, Christina. Oh, an unhealthy attachment to your mother. Well, there is a cord from a child and its mother that can never be undone. Now, other than that, if it's uncomfortable, it's certainly to let you be assured through Mother Mary that you always have mother love. But if there's a different type of attachment, which how you're describing it would not be comfortable, and I would assume it is in your heart. Is that where you felt it, Christina? Mm-hmm. A long turnaround, I guess, today. But anyone else can be writing what they found to be difficult, or whether you're fascinated about what you did find. Because when you begin to become just you, it's a different life. It's a different experience, and you begin to breathe peace inside you and not have to always and continually worry about outcomes, other people's opinions. And maybe you're someone who tends to give empowerment to all that, what other people think. And when you can get to where you realize that you are the best author of your life, how do you like that? Not someone else. They don't really know where you've been, who you are. And while you may say to me today, well, I don't know who I was and who I've been, but inside the cellular structure of who you are, you do remember. You do remember. It's just a process of clearing the illusion that you've developed in trying to be safe. And here's a good one, always right. How many of you want to always be right? So therefore you tend to not want to listen to yourself. She feels that this is Christina, other chakras as well, specifically solar plexus, throat, and sacral. So I'm just going to give you an example, everyone. So I would ask Christina, why is it difficult to just unattach, call in, I don't even think it should be Michael, call in your guardian angel to help you release yourself from this suppression that you must be approved by your mother, is the words that are going to come out of my mouth. So let's see what she says. Anybody else? What does she get? And I'm going to come back to you again, Barbara. Surrender and allow the flow to come when it does. Do you all understand that surrender is going to be the place that you do eventually live at? Because surrender is the allowing life. And from the clarity you develop through healing, there's no concern to have why you can't always just trust being in surrender and being in the arms of mother and father, because you know what you've let go. You know what you're no longer hanging on to. So let's everyone call in our guardian angel. And I am being told not too many of you really call for her in your energy or know of her. And why not today be any day better than this for you all to know? Now, it's really funny. Way back in my beginning, maybe 37 years ago or whatever, I was in a healing class, and I forget exactly what happened, but I heard a sweet voice, and here it was, my guardian angel. It was probably the first thing I had heard, and she was so sweet and so loving, and I've never forgotten that. So if today's the day that we can all create a deep rooted energy for you to hear your guardian angel. It's something you'll never forget. Okay, Barbara, I hear what you're saying. But if you could take the moment to understand why you even drew them, it's a greater wisdom about yourself. So it's not that I don't want to go there. You want to go ahead and...
Ace Chavez.
Excuse me 1 minute. You want to go there to have more wisdom about yourself. Healing is the gift of understanding you, of getting to know what's the makeup of you. All right? All right. Let me see. Carol, Anik, Marby, Barbara. All right. So, Christina, everybody, how does it feel to call in your guardian angel close to you? What power does it have? Interesting question. I heard that from someone. Why would you not think it was powerful if it's around you, supporting you? It's just that you probably have not acknowledged and empowered them. You know, many are brought to you in your energy field, but it's a process of time and willingness to let them come and participate in life with you. Mm-hmm. I'm with Barbara Ward. Friends from the past have disappeared. It used to make me sad, but I've let them go knowing they have their own journey. And Carol, for you, I want you to ask yourself, just like her, what was that purpose? What did they bring to you that they saw that at whatever time you were not able to see within yourself? Because it's now you that you want to give that to you, or the guardian angel. So, Carol, do you reach out to your guardian angel? And they're not like a cookie cutter guardian angel. I can see them. They're all different, unique, and beautiful. And what they have to offer to you is a great love, a deep love for you to support finding within yourself. So, for instance, if old friends were about showing you what the love was, then that would be an old friend that perhaps you can still have in your life, but just not give them that empowerment because they've already taught you to find it, you see. Just want you to understand what detachment on another level means. It doesn't mean to give it up, it has to go away. It's to learn the lesson. What is the lesson that's being taught is the most important part of what you're doing and how you're choosing to live a spiritual life. Christina, have you been able to reach your guardian angel? Well, for all of you who do want to take the time, it will become a friendship, and even there would call it a guardianship, that you can become so close to let you know if danger's coming and what to do, how to move, what to say, Not that they're going to take over your life, but it's a support team. So a lot of you are not reaching out to communicate, maybe you didn't know, with one of the biggest parts of your support team. Okay? And if there's someone in your life that you're making sad, then that means you have to give that love to yourself and find that willingly. It's a huge lesson in that experience. And Christina, I would really feel that if you bring your guardian in, you're going to understand the attachment to your mother versus the love of having a mother. Two different things. And you don't seem happy with how she runs the attachment that you let her have. So, work to be done. That's what this is all about. Make me sad. Oops. Yeah. Yes, many things I understand here, but I believe also a lot of you are not getting the real understanding or the lesson. You're here to learn. You're in high school 101 or university 101, wherever each of you are. And it's about not being a victim in this life in any way. It's about understanding and choosing to be free. And how we look at things, live with things, is all how we choose to have clarity and to be free, and a new strength on a soul level comes to you so you can become that spirit being that has total freedom. And I know what I'm speaking about is that what you all want. But these simple words are ones we need to go to work on to develop them. You see? Any other questions or thoughts about it? Yes, anyone who sees me in a number of places is hearing a lot about detachment. But you may be attached to someone who's from another life you don't remember, and it's an old karma that you have going on. And until you decide to really sit and look at it, you're not going to know. So here's Christina. She says, you're absolutely right. The word suppression feels like the theme. I connect with 3 of my guardian angels, but today was a great reminder to do it daily. Well, I want you to know there is one main guardian angel who is the one I'm talking about. You may have other angels around you, but what I want you to talk to her about is the truth about love. Yes, there is a mother love. And the experience with your mother in that cord is the love that talks about. But the other place where we give an empowerment to a mother is where you have been suppressed and you need to let that go, that you need to transform into self-love so that you learn how to be the mother for you, so that perhaps someday that's how you become a mother in spirit, is that love becomes so deep and so pure, it doesn't have to look a certain way. So, Barbara Ward. So here's my question to you, Barbara Ward. That's a beautiful prayer, and I just love what you're saying. But have you spoke to her and let her speak back to you? Because I'm hearing but I'm not hearing what you're saying, interacting. I'm wanting to support everyone here on my channel to begin to know you can see, you can speak, which is only going to deepen your experience in life. So it's a wonderful practice. And I want you to just go there and say, hello, can you speak to me? Tell her you love her. And I think you're going to be surprised. It's through the throat we hear. So if you're having difficulty hearing, you can work on opening your throat and listening to what's going on for yourself that's afraid to go to that next step. You see? So Lauren says, I'm very attached to David, and my frustration and anger at cousin too. Almost feel haunted. Well, from a lot of things you say, I think there is a lot going on for you. And understand, things that are negative can't find you unless that's where you're choosing to be. So you need to do some cleansing. Maybe you need to call me and get a session. It's probably too individual for me to go in here. But we're about becoming light and taking all the various aspects of ourselves, all the parts of ourselves, into being light. And if you become light, something will transform in David. Absolutely, seen it happen many times. Yes, that's exactly what you need to be saying. And then the parts of David that you don't want to be attached to, you will no longer have, and he'll see greater love. You'll become a very much more loving being. Okay? And Christina, that's great. Beautiful. You're welcome too. Mm-hmm. You know, I come and I speak Jesus and Metatron. They're the very high ascended masters. But there are those that are aligned to you and around you that you can begin with. Okay? Remember, your higher self is the most important part of you to connect to. I tell many people that, and they want to go and start talking to masters, and they'll never have clarity there. You develop your clarity with your higher self. I did that, spoke my higher self. The first thing I went out and did groups. It's that which is the basis of becoming, because the higher self is you, but in a higher order of light. And who else to know you better than your higher self or your guardian angel or a lot of those that are around you? So let's begin where you begin. And grand things then can come, but not if you don't ever do the footwork, you see? So, yes, I want everyone to grow and to become more and to feel safe in doing this. And like the image here, the painting, was painted by a client. And first, you can see her hands, and she's praying for help. And then she changed the hair to where it looked as she was looking up into the light. It's transforming. And that's actually the image on my book, my wisdom school book. But there's so much to understand. It isn't that you're going to be 100 years in front of you right away. You got to start where you start at. You're going to start feeling. Can you feel your higher self? Can you let her or him come in? And then you'll begin to start hearing. So, and there's a part then about your humanness that needs to detach so that you can become even more connected and hear the truth. from your higher self. Okay? Any other thoughts or questions? So what did we learn today? We learned to call forth and speak to your guardian angel. I remember that day. It was like, oh my God, I really heard that. But see, then I knew I could hear everyone. And my higher self, it was like profound. That's the only word I'll give to it. So these are two beings that are around you always. Always, always, always. They're not going anywhere. And it is who you begin to walk forward into more light and even into your healing work, if that's what you want, is by really having that deep connection with those two beings around you. So, any final question before I go today? Yes, the higher self, as you begin to work with him or her, will give you counsel. The higher self is, if you remember on the image between you and your I am presence, your I am presence only knows of God. Your higher self knows of you and God. So it's quite a profound part of you to bring forward. Yes, it's very helpful, even if it's in the morning before you get up to bed. Connect and say hello. Or maybe you want to go and sleep in her arms at night, whatever it is. We need to develop these parts of you so that you begin to know safety and surrender. You see? All right. So, tomorrow, messages from Mother. Always a powerful day. We should probably talk in the beginning to find out what's people doing with these messages and how are their lives changing. So, think about that for a moment. But yes, listen. Remember, you're always a choice. Always you are a choice. But sometimes they have a way of saying things that make sense. Well, I wouldn't call it fun, but you're going to be learning. Have you never connected to your higher self before? Because if not, yes, it's going to be an illumination for you and around your aura. And when you begin to have your higher self light into who you are, not so much of all the negative can come around because you're going to awaken to that it doesn't belong there. Okay. Great day. Today's Monday. First Monday we've had in June. This month could be transformative. Who knows? Many blessings.